Where does Haskins, where does Locke, where does Jones wind up, you think, a week from last
This
night?
is starting to feel like one of those weird drafts, Rich, where I don't know. It could be one of those where teams are trading up to get, a Jake Locker or a Blaine Gabbert when those teams are making moves. Or it could be like that year where, E.J. Manuel went 16th and Geno Smith went somewhere in the 30s and the rest is slim pickings. Like, I know for a fact that Murray's going real high. Other than that, I cannot tell you one team that I am confirmed in my head is taking a quarterback, and I certainly can't tell you 3 or 4. So this could be anywhere from 2 quarterbacks in the first round to this could be one of those where there are 4 quarterbacks and we're scratching our head and saying, wow, that team drafted a quarterback? Well, yeah, they kind of needed the value, and he was sitting there. So it's still wide open. This isn't last year by any means. I had a feeling that at least 3 of those guys were going top 10, and they weren't going to fall out of the top 10. And 4 of them did. 4 of them went top 10. This one, I wouldn't be shocked if we saw Locke, Haskins, and Daniel Jones go somewhere in the teens or 20s.
So suss it out for me. This sounds like what the meeting we're going to have when we all get together prior to the draft. At least this is sort of stuff that I'm going to bring up when and if we were able to do all that. I know we had a conference call last week, but so why is that? Is it because you take a look at the top 5 picks in the draft and they are not quarterback needy teams? Is it because the quarterbacks aren't that good, or is it because the pass rushers are so aplenty, top-notch pass rushers so aplenty in this draft that it pushes the quarterbacks down?
I think it's a combination of those 3 factors, but the most important thing is that last year there was a quarterback carousel, or at least a carousel ride with a bunch of open seats. And in Buffalo, we knew that A.J. McCarron wasn't the long-term answer. In New York, we knew that Ryan Fitzpatrick wasn't the long-term answer. There was a bunch of spots where, like, all right, quarterback makes sense there. Quarterback. I challenge you, with the exception of the Denver and Washington, which is 10 and 15, and Miami, which is 13, to find me too many teams that have pressing needs at quarterback right now. Now, if you were to be the Bengals at 11 and you're taking a quarterback, well, that's a major statement considering you're paying Andy Dalton $20 million a year. Last year, there was a bunch of opportunities for quarterbacks to get drafted. I think overall on the board, they were viewed better than this year's class. And I also think that this year it's just opportunity, and those opportunities were either picked up with $100 million contracts or with guys that they were drafted in the last couple of years that teams are still all in on. I don't see the openings for a first-round quarterback to be an easy pick for any of these franchises.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.